Hello, I just want to take you through how we can find some square and cube numbers today. Okay, so just make this a little larger so we can have a look at it. This is coming out from the activity sheet you're going to do today. So if we remind ourselves now about square numbers, then we've got an example here. I'll just make a quick circle there. 2 squared is equal to 2 times 2, equal to 4. Okay, so that would mean if we had 3 squared, it would be equal to 3 times 3 equal to 9, okay? So if we look at the table here, in terms of the activity, what you're being asked to do, 2 squared, you put in your 2 times 2, you've got the answer 4. 3 squared, you've got 3 times 3 equals 9, and you carry that on, okay? Excuse me. Now then, we look at cube numbers. We'll just move this over here, give ourselves a little bit more space to work. Okay. A cube number, for example, 1 cubed, as it says here, is 1 times 1 times 1, which happens just to give an answer of 1. But let's look at 2 cubed, or 2 to the power of 3, we sometimes say. That is 2 times 2 times 2. Now, a mistake that's often made is children say that 2 cubed is 6. They think 3 times 2 is 6. It's not. It's a bit different. If you think of it like this, if we use our own order of brackets and we put brackets around part of the calculation and we say, right, what is 2 times 2? Well, 2 2s are 4. But we haven't finished yet. You've still got now to multiply everything inside that bracket by 2. Well, the answer of everything inside that bracket is 4. So what we're actually doing is that. So 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 cubed, just quick circle there, 2 cubed is actually 8. Okay. Now then, if we look at the questions over here, let's go a little larger. What you're being asked to do then is a 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, and we've already worked the answer is 8. Then we've got 3 cubed, and we're told it's 27. But we're asked now, let's fill the table in. So that's going to be 3 times 3 times 3. And your job then on the rest of the activity sheet is to continue and fill in that table. Now if I just scroll up, we get a little smaller so I can find it. My second sheet, here it is. Let's bring him over so that we can see what we've got here. Make it a little bigger. There we are. Okay, and let's have a look what this is asking us to do. Right, if we note here, there's a lot going on, isn't there? Okay, we've got some cube numbers, we've got some square numbers, we've got some missing numbers, we've got some multiplication, we've got some division. Okay, so let's take a couple of them and just work our way through. Let's start with a simple one to start with. Let's look at A. Okay, 7 squared plus 4 cubed. So we've got this 7 squared and 4 cubed. Oh, that's a strange line appearing nowhere, isn't it? Let's just see if we can get rid of that, shall we? Right. Okay, come back to what we're going to do. Okay, 7 squared is 7 times 7. Let's do it again. What's going on here today? Let's get rid of that again. Right, let's start that as fresh, shall we? Right, try one more time. 7 times 7. Good. And then we've got add 4 to the power of 3, 4 cubed. So we've got 4 times 4 times 4. Now this is where putting brackets in comes in useful. We put a bracket around the first calculation, which is the 7 squared, and a bracket around the second calculation, which is 4 cubed. It reminds us we've got to do those calculations first before we add them up. Okay. At the moment, we don't know the answer. 7 7s, straightforward times table, 49. Add. Now then, we've got 4 times 4 times 4. If we go 4 times 4, we get 16. So what we've got then is 16 times 4. You might want to do a little calculation on the side for that, just to quickly give yourself a little bit of room to work. So we can go 6 4s, or 4 6s, 24. 4 down carry 2. 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 is 6. So actually, we've ended up with 49 add 64 equals, okay, and if you want to quickly add that up, so we've got 40 add 60 is 100, we've got 9 and we've got 4 is 13. So we've got 113 is our answer, okay? Now then, if you look at L's a funny one. Something squared was 144. So you've got to think then, what two numbers multiplied together, and it's the same number, makes 144. Think of your times tables, okay? Another one which would be quite interesting for you would be, well, either letter D or letter E. So let's have a look at this one here, E, shall we? So if we clear, or we make a bit of space rather, so let's see if we can make this up. So nothing minus 8 squared is 17. Okay, let's come up here. So we've got something minus 8 squared is, just remind myself quickly, make sure we get this right, 17. Okay, now this is algebra, all right? So we've got this, put a question mark in there, okay? Now we've done this sort of thing before, but this is quite challenging, right? This is as hard as you'll ever get in year 6, right? In terms of this sort of work. So if we just for the moment leave that question mark there, that's our missing number, and we leave the 17 here. Okay, we leave the minus sign there. What is 8 squared? 8 eighths, okay? All right, is 64. So something minus 64 is 17. Now, if you remember when we did some algebra before half term, before Christmas, we learned some rules. To get a missing number on its own, we have to take other numbers across an equal sign. So we've got a minus 64 here, so we want it over here. So we want 64 here. Because it's got a minus sign on the one side of the equal sign, when we cross over, it becomes an and sign. So now our missing number is 17 and 64. Quickly tot them up. 4 and 7 is 11. 6 and 1 and 1 is 8. So our missing number is 81. So we went all the way back. See if I can squeeze my board closed. Come back over here. We'd be putting in 81 there. Have a go at part C. They are challenging. Do as many as you can. If it gets to a point where you're a bit stuck, that's fine. These are challenging. It's designed to stretch you, okay? See what you can do. Right, have a go at them, and we'll find out how it goes the next day. So, okay, thank you.